Hey guys, I wanted to bring you another YouTube video about tomorrow's NBA draft. So obviously, I kind of did late. Only reason being is to see if there's going to be any last minute trades before heading into tomorrow's draft. So because there was a lot of rumors of the Houston Rockets trying to see if they could jump up to the #1 pick. I guess they're really high on Cade Cunningham, especially. I mean, I don't blame them. Only thing is that I guess they figured, well, if Detroit Pistons are not sold or not sure, maybe they could help solidify their choice by sweetening the pot by giving them some different assets. So some of it was like adding another first rounder by swapping just the first round, which I don't know. I feel like they will probably ask for like the 23rd and 24th pick of this year and the first pick or the second pick of this year to get Cade Cunningham. For me, I feel like, yeah, that would be nice to have Cade Cunningham. That would definitely help. But I feel like the Rockets have so much need. So if you could actually keep those 3 picks, maybe, like I said, Cade Cunningham is probably going to be a good player and all that. But Jalen Green, if you saw my one video where the night that the draft order was the lottery was announced, I mean, I was excited because there's 4 solid players, and then after that it drops off. I think after like watching some highlights and more details on 1, 2, I think Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green are probably the 2 favorites. And especially at first, like I said, I have a thing for bigs, and especially how the Milwaukee Bucks kind of won with the length and all that. It's like you had, like, I'm not saying Brook Lopez is an all-star or anything. I'm just saying, like, you do need some shot blockers, rim protectors, rebounders, and stuff like that. I just thought maybe if you had Christian Wood and Evan Mobley, that could help solidify a 1-2 punch there. But and Giannis is a great big too because he's so long and all that. So yeah, Chris Middleton, like, that's kind of disrupted the Phoenix Suns in that sense. So that's where my thinking was as a GM. Well, maybe I would go with Evan Mobley, but I think the Rockets need more scoring, and that's or a definite score. Just that's like how you had Tracy McGrady, you had James Harden, you've had Clyde Drexler, like all these great shooting guards, point guards. You probably need as much scoring as you possibly can. So, and Jalen Green fits the mold in that sense. So, probably try to go with a more fast up tempo. Especially, you're going to have to play guys like Luka in your division, and that's where I'm thinking. #1 pick. I think Detroit's obviously not. I think they're going in the end have to be sold on Cade Cunningham and stay put. Even if Houston gave those 3 round picks, the 3 first rounders, Houston's probably going to go with Jalen Green, 3rd round or 3rd pick with the Cavs. I think they're going to go with Evan Mobley. That would make sense with Jared Allen. Have a nice 1-2 punch there, I think. Especially doesn't make sense with Suggs being there for the Cavs because they have Sexton and Garland. So that is great for a perfect fit and a player that they could definitely use for that position right now. And then you have the Raptors. I think they would definitely be happy to have Jalen Suggs because I think this gives an opportunity to make that transition and be able to trade Kyle Lowry. So that way you have Suggs and Van Fleet to be the 1-2 punch on the backcourt. So to round out the #5 pick, I think it's going to be Scotty Barnes from Florida State. So I think those are the consensus right now. I think the top 5, if they're barring any trades, again, if there's any trades, then that throws everything off because the only trades I've really heard is either between Detroit and Houston trying to swap, but I haven't heard anything else besides that. And I've only heard Kate Cunningham supposedly only worked out with Detroit, but I mean, obviously there's enough footage and stuff during their college playing career. And then the other thing is, I think Detroit was kind of torn with Jalen Green because he had a solid workout with the Detroit Pistons. Now, the thing is, you got to keep an eye on who owns usually the most drafts because they can move positions and all that. That's and some rumor trades like Houston and Oklahoma City. Is it Oklahoma City? Yep. Houston, Oklahoma City has 3 picks in the first round. So, but Houston has a higher pick of the second pick, and Oklahoma City's highest pick is the 6th. But then their other 2 are higher than the Rockets in that sense because the Rockets are picking 23rd and 24th in that sense. But I believe Oklahoma is like in the middle of the pack with their other 2. So that's where it's so and Oklahoma City has so much draft capital, so they can make some moves that way. Then the next 3 teams that have multiple picks with 2 is Orlando, Golden State, and New York. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Golden State and New York is also trying to package those 2 picks and some veteran players for a superstar or something. I know New York and Golden State is trying. Golden State for sure, from what I've heard. It has been trying to maybe think about trying to get Bradley Beal since it sounds like it's going to be his last year there. So I've heard the rumor is that the Golden State Warriors are going to trade their 7th and 14th with maybe Wiseman and Wiggins for Bradley Beal, and maybe if they have to match some salary cap contracts, probably add a player or 2. But I could see that would make sense for both teams, to be honest, because Bradley Beal would help the Golden State Warriors, but that is a lot of capital to give up, especially if it is his last year there. But the Warriors don't have any any salary cap or anything. They have to make comparable trades, and that can maybe work based on cap and stuff. And then that helps with Washington to start that rebuild process. But I would, if I was Golden State, if you're able to keep Wiseman, I feel like Wiseman could be a good fit. I felt like when he came out last year, he could be a good fit for the Warriors for the long-term plan. New York, they've been trying to get a superstar, but if they get some good role players or bench play from there, that could help Thibodeau. Especially deep run that way. I would say those are the teams that you got to keep an eye on: Houston, Golden State, Orlando, Oklahoma, and New York. See if they're going to try a package. Usually, those are the teams I try to look out for because they could move around to get more picks or try to get a solid player that they could use. I don't think Damian Lillard will be moved tomorrow because I just feel like if you're at the Olympics, it's really not, I don't know, bad PR move to try to move someone during that time. I could see if maybe Kevin Love might try to be moved because especially if they're going to get Evan Mobley, that could help usher the new young guys. Unless Kevin Love is willing to stick around and like coach them and help, be a mentor to them. So definitely there's a lot of interesting stories going into tomorrow's draft. I feel like there could be a trade going into it because we saw a trade between Oklahoma or Memphis and the Pelicans yesterday. So with some draft pick swaps. So we'll see if that there's going to be any more swaps or anything like that or any big superstars move tomorrow. So let me know what you think. If you guys are excited for tomorrow's draft, let me know. And do you think I'm wrong about the top 5 picks that in that order and who they're going to? Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't. And thanks for supporting. Together we can build better tomorrow. Thanks.